All right, we're live.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we're live.
It's his Cornhole show.
Yeah, we're back, baby.
That's Jonathan Zarzinski.
That's Grant Upchurch. We're live.
Dude, we're here.
Yeah. We're shooting an episode.
And like how we just came out here and we knocked an episode that out. We didn't have to go get a bunch of merch made. Didn't have to go make a million Facebook posts first. We didn't have to advertise it first.
Yeah.
We just came out here. We're doing the thing, you know?
Yeah. We're not going there, are we?
No, I'm just laughing.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. Those guys had a hat before, like a month before they had a show.
Which the first episode, we're talking about Jeremiah and AJ.
Yes. Which, by the way, love the fact that they have content out there.
Yeah, I love it because they're good. They're two good personalities.
Yeah.
And especially with the backgrounds they have, being family guys, working their jobs, the way they've had to kind of go through the whole cornhole scene, especially AJ. He was there. He's been doing this long before money was really even.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that's good for them that they've reached this point and they got a huge following right off the bat.
Yep. And it's a good show. I listened to it. So, yeah.
You know, they had fire alarm thing going on. I didn't really care for the music in the backgrounds.
The first one. I don't know if that was in the second one.
I didn't watch the second one.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the second one, but yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Cornhole content. So we got to get back to doing our part.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. But here we are.
As much as we can, I guess.
Here we are. Should we get some hats made?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, probably, but, you know, what do they look like? Yeah, we can do hats, I guess, but we'll see.
I like the name. The Whole Truth is a good name.
If they say it. I think, so we'll see. I'm excited, you know, especially, you know, I feel like Jeremiah is kind of pretty fearless at this point in time with what he says and how.
Yeah.
So I think you are going to see some good moments come out of it.
Yeah.
My question is, at some point, there's going to be something, a topic, a person, something's going to come up and you're going to see, do they avoid it? Do they address it? And if they address it, what's the lashback going to be from either ACL, the players that they're competing with? You know, it's, well, they're already gets involved in it.
This is already happening. Like, we didn't talk about what we were going to talk about today, right? But if we're talking about the Whole Truth podcast, there's a big rumor that Jeremiah Ellis is leaving the ACL to play in the ACO, right? But they haven't even mentioned it on their podcast. Like, that's like the pretty big thing they might want to bring up and talk about if they're talking about the Whole Truth.
Yeah.
And there's a new bag company in the ACO called Vibes, right? I'm a bag maker in the ACO, so I see a new one pop up. I research it. I go to their page. It's got like 20 people liked it because I see it right when it first pops up. And guess who likes it? It's all the AKL people where Jeremiah Ellis plays and his wife. So like, put the pieces of the puzzle together. Like, what's going on here? Why not talk about that on their podcast, right?
You hold on to the information as long as you can, but this does, you know, the whole truth. Are you willing to say the whole truth about everybody but yourself? And that, I mean, it's a fine line. In the social media world, it's a fine line you got to play.
Dang it. Okay. We didn't plan on that, but whatever. There it is.
Sorry, I did kind of just, honestly, I just wanted to compliment the show. I don't know what.
I did too. Yeah. I didn't mean to talk shit about it, but like, honestly, it's a cool show and I'm glad it's out there.
Yeah.
And I you know, it's hard to find personalities in cornhole, to be honest. A lot of these guys just don't have any personality at all. We're really good at bags in the hole, not too good at carrying a conversation.
Right. And what about having the willingness to put yourself on a camera out there, communicate with people, and once there's a recording of your voice and your face is with it, going right along with it, what you said's out there.
Yeah.
And you're either going to have to live by it. And it's okay to say, hey, I messed up.
Yeah.
I mean, gonna have to.
It's great. Putting themselves out there, making content. I love it.
Yeah. I hope it goes cornhole.
Yeah, exactly. Like, to have good personalities out there talking about the game is what we need. So yeah.
Thanks, guys. She said we gave up
we did.
So we're back in it a little bit. And we wanted to kick this off with a Hot Ones challenge.
Yeah.
Now, do you want to give them some details about the hot sauce I brought?
Yes. So Grant showed up with a box of expired hot sauces. So it's adding a little excitement and concern. And I opened a couple, man. I'm not too excited about eating this stuff, but we're going to eat it.
I'm sorry. For what it's worth.
We're going to eat it. I mean, I'm thinking that the ones on the end are going to be so spicy that it can't kill me. Like, it will kill the bugs that might be in there. My wife knows this. Like if things are bad in the fridge, I throw it out. And not even bad, like I'll throw things out a little too soon.
Yeah.
You know, around the house, we argue about it. So me eating this is kind of a big deal.
I bought this 3 or 4 years ago.
Opened it.
I did it with somebody. I couldn't tell you who it was.
Yeah.
And it's been sitting in the box it came in the closet, waiting for the next time to bust it out. And I didn't even think about expiration dates.
Yeah.
So, but we have some success with this. We might do it again. I don't know. We'll see. I want to know how hot these things.
All right. Well, you want to get this ball rolling?
Let's get it rolling.
All right. So we're going to start off with this guy right here.
Yep.
This is the easy one.
Yeah.
This is basically just vinegar.
Yep. We're using Chick-fil-A nuggets because we can't afford wings.
Boom.
No, see, I like the idea of us doing
Saucing each other.
Yes, there you go.
Okay. So you eat that one.
I thought we're saucing each other's.
Okay. So I eat this one. You're going to eat this one?
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny how heavy your hand was on that.
Yeah. All right. Down the hatch. I mean, this is nothing. Oh, but I got to ask you a question. Who goes first?
You can get it rolling, I guess. Well, we got to eat the wing,
We eat it and then ask the question?
the nugget. Yeah. Or how bad? Boom.
Well, we started with the Whole Truth podcast, where Jeremiah Ellis is one of the people, not characters, but
Personalities.
one of the personalities on the show. Thank you. You'd have to be carrying me all day today. When does smack talk go too far? With Jeremiah Ellis yelling like they don't want it in the middle of a match, is that taking it too far, or is that just competitiveness?
That's competitiveness, kind of fun. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's words you're using to verbally attack somebody, and you know it when you hear it, but you can't, this happened actually. Logan and JBJ, all right? They come back, or they don't come back. They're making the presence known in the Texas Cornhole League. All right, they're winning. They're doing, with Logan being on the team, they're winning with a mouth involved too. So you're getting a lot of things kind of building up. So any little thing it explodes. Our TCL folk made enemies out of them real quick and would attack them verbally. I mean, it would go over the top on some stuff, right? So essentially what I'm getting at is the line as soon as you start directing your words at the opponent instead of encouraging who you're supporting, if you're going to up the way that you're talking or be more aggressive with the way you're talking because you feel like the team you're going against is getting some more support from the team you are going for. And this is where I go tie with the Logan thing. He had his buddy, big guy, out there in College Station somewhere. He was at one of the events, or he was at a signature series in Shreveport, I believe. I was playing with Sammy Soto for that event, and we were playing against in the championship. We were playing against Logan and Justin. Well, like 2 games before that, that guy who's a Logan supporter got into it with my father-in-law. Okay. Because that guy was saying, well, I just tell you how no one's cheering for Logan. Okay. Grant Upchurch has also been in this league for four years. Grant Upchurch is also dating my daughter. Grant Upchurch is also X, Y, and Z. You're going to tell me I can't cheer for him because your Logan's not getting enough support? And then, I mean, that kind of breaks into the whole thing. So I think people don't understand what the lines are in competitive spirit and just support your guy, cheer for it. And when you let that stable energy build up and you do finally have that winner, that energy is just unmatched by anything else. You need that competitiveness. You need the back and forth. You need the rivalries, but there is a line. And no, the line you said,
say they don't want it.
They don't want it. If you can't handle that, you are sharp and soft. The reason you're playing cornhole is probably because you weren't good or competitive enough for any others.
All right, follow-up question. Stuart Foster with Kevin Meza. Did he cross the line there?
So Stuart didn't cross the line in his era of cornhole. Stuart crossed the line in this era of cornhole. Don't get me wrong. Kevin's soft. The way you're in the championship, you're going to turn around and throw a bag at somebody because you're getting your ass kicked. You're soft. And to do it, I got 20 people in between us. I know this fight's going to get broken up. Nothing's like, come on. You calculated it perfectly.
Yeah, okay. All right.
But at the same time, I feel a little bit of regret with the Stewart thing too, because I've heard him a couple times and I was focused on something else that's kind of going on. But yeah, over here on this side, Stewart was kind of letting it be known. And I thought I love Stewart as a personality. I love Stewart as a presence. And I think Stewart at 80% is a wonderful add to any environment you could have. It's that 20%, a little boxing up where you're like, man, you'll let it fly. And I think the biggest, I guess the moment I kind of look back on that, it was AJ Sims was in the championship in the Texas Cornhole League. And it was back when, like, hey, we got the boards right here. Like, let's say this is the court lane. Players are right here, all the way down and all the way around. Right? So you have AJ sitting here throwing, you have Stuart Foster right next to him, just hammering him, saying anything, yelling at, like right in his ear, yelling at him. That moment was the moment I was like, okay, we're taking this way too far. You're going to absolutely just verbally attack that guy in the middle of his championship game that means something to him for what? To hope that your guy wins? Man, if you feel like your guy can only win because you're sitting there and you're attacking verbally the opponent, man, you must not have much faith in your guy, ultimately. And I think that's when I think that moment is when you started seeing some people exit Texas Cornhole League. But since the culture shift, you're starting to see those players come back. AJ's came back. He had a great time at it. You're starting to see some of those older personalities leave the league or at least tone down. So good things are happening, but we need more shit talk back into Cornhole.
Really?
We need more. We need more of it. We need it as it makes the game more exciting because it even if it's negative, it gives you emotion. And that emotion ties you into the game. It keeps you around in the game. There's a thin line between love and hate, right?
Yeah.
So like, I don't know a lot of the ACL people, but Matt Guy, for example, you either love him or you hate him. It's a very thin line. But great thing is that emotion makes you feel something for Matt Guy. So when Matt Guy does finally go do that great thing for that random person that he had to do nothing for, all those people that hated him, that felt something for him, are going to feel something a little bit different. And they might they might love him because of it all.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Cornhole can be very boring, and to add as much human emotion as you can get in there, I think is a good thing. So for the sport, it probably is good. As long as they don't get a little too vulgar.
There's a lot of soft
personal attacks. Like I think the personal attacks is where you draw the line, and saying they don't want it is getting very close to a personal attack.
But it's not enough.
It's not enough.
Go to a baseball game or go to a basketball game and listen to what they're getting paid millions of dollars, but listen to what these pro athletes are having to take on the chin every single night.
Yeah.
Dude, WNBA, they're throwing dildos on the court. So I don't want to hear about how that one comment, you don't want it, was enough to throw you out of your game and get you mad about somebody. You don't want it because that comment bothered you that quickly as it goes.
It's a good point.
So there's got to be more of it. You have a moment with me way back in the day where
I like to forget about that moment. That's back in my drinking days. I don't drink anymore. As a matter of fact, today's my 3rd year of not touching alcohol.
Congratulations.
Yes. So that was one of the things that I had a lot of shame and regret about. Yeah, I got a little too loud, a little too drunk, a little too Stuart Fostery.
Yeah.
And I regret it.
Yeah. And that happens. It happens. And then that's when the league has to have somebody walk around that's willing to say, hey, I'm not saying don't do it, but you're at 110%, bring it down to 75, 80, and it'll be good.
Yeah. All right, you're up.
All right.
I'm hungry. These things are getting cold.
Describe each family member as a Disney character.
Go on. These are hard questions, Grant. Oh, come on.
Narrow down. Let's start with your wife.
This is too hard.
You go to Disney World
all the time. I know. I'm actually going next weekend.
All right, let's narrow it down.
No, I'm going to figure this out. Okay. Obviously, she's a princess. I'm going to go.
Her dragon last time you talked to me about her.
That's because she likes to sit on her money and like a pile of gold, like protect it like a dragon. But no, I'll go with Beauty and the Beast, the princess in Beauty and the Beast. And what is her name? She love booked.
Yeah.
She's hot. So it's Belle.
Oh, yes. There you go.
I'm pretty sure that's her name. I'm going to go with that. And my oldest kid, sticking with that same movie, Gaston, the guy that he doesn't do push-ups. He like pushes the earth away from him.
Yeah.
There's always because my oldest kid is always into like being real buff and big, and he's a pretty strong kid. So pretty sure his name's Gaston.
Yes, it is. 100%.
Yeah. And then, it's hard for the youngest kid because he's only 6 and like his personality is just kind of starting to show, right? So it's kind of hard to match him up with a Disney character, but I'll just go with Nemo from Finding Nemo because he's young and curious
Because he touches the butt.
And then, my middle kid, man, Jeffrey, he has a lot of charisma, very charismatic, very good, like around people and in social situations, very good athlete. And if I have to line that up with a Disney character, Lightning McQueen. Ka-chow. That counts, right? Pixar counts.
No, 100%.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're going Lightning McQueen.
Yeah.
Jeffrey.
If you go to Disney World, is Pixar there?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, then yeah.
Yeah. There's those. Dude, one of the coolest rides is it was a Pixar one. Actually, the best ride right now in Disney is Tron. The new Tron ride in Disney World is.
I always love those movies.
Especially if you have some nostalgia or like Tron at all.
Yeah.
You get hit with the nostalgia bomb hard when you walk into that area.
That's cool. So you said Disney next week.
Yeah.
How long is that trip? And then how much, you always hear stories, how much of the park do you think you can realistically cover during a week-long trip?
Well, a week-long trip, you can cover it all in Disney World. You can really cover it all, but it depends on how much money you're going to spend because they even monetize everything. You can get a VIP tour and run through every ride at all the big parks in a day. Or you can do your fast passes. And my wife is like an expert at this stuff. So every minute of our trips are planned. It's like her hobby. So, I like to say we get the VIP experience, but it's because my wife has planned everything out to a T. But in a week, you can do Disney World. I'm going to Disneyland this weekend. My wife is doing a half marathon there.
Okay.
So I haven't really been to Disneyland that much. I don't know it as well as Disney World. Disney World, I can be a pretty good tour because I've been there so many times at this point. But yeah, like 3 days and a decent budget, you can probably see it all. There's 4 different parks. Yeah, you can probably see it all in like 3 days. Yeah, Universal's pretty good from what I hear. My kids went there the last time they went. I did not go on the last trip. But the new Universal's pretty good. So add a day to run through Universal while you're there. If you're going to go to Orlando.
All right. Heard.
All right. So we're going to do another one of these videos.
Next one.
Oh, dude. Is this the one that says refrigerate after opening?
Don't read it. Just eat it. Thinking about this too.
How many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Well, this one's broke anyway now, so
it's not the spice, it's just that
don't say it. I know what word you're thinking of, don't say it.
Goose. All right.
Cheers.
Cheers. I mean, that's not even spicy. All right.
Oh, no.
I've got a few,
Listen, buddy.
questions here. I'm going to go with, we all know, at least everybody's watching the show knows you're good at cornhole. We've had a lot of big moments in cornhole. If you were to pick a single moment as your biggest moment, maybe I want your top 3, but do you have one biggest moment in the sport of cornhole?
Biggest moment in the sport of cornhole.
Yeah.
Man, this past year was a pretty big year for me. It's pretty awesome. Man, it's hard not to say ESPN just because it was the first. It was just the first, like, I'm here, I guess, moment for me. And kind of see like my efforts and like the overall goal or just whatever I was like hoping to accomplish, I accomplished right there on TV. And I was really proud of myself of once I got on ESPN. Now that I'm here, just make the most of it and be able to win with that. It was awesome, hearing some of the stories too, where you have, a couple people, random people reach out to me like, oh my God, I saw you on ESPN, or I saw this, that, and the other. And I mean, that was really cool. But now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, I think the one that meant the most was my first state championship in TCL in singles. I took down Brandon Greger, who was my, he was my role model. He was my, he may not know this, but he was my mentor, the guy I was looking at whenever I was thinking about TCL and Cornhole for that first however long as a player. Competed against him a few times, try to learn as much as I can. So to be able to beat him, to be able to overcome some of the adversity I was going through with, could no longer be an ACL pro because of their decision, no longer working for TCL because of a blow up, and to still stay in the league, still to grind it out. Even at the beginning of that event, to hear words said to me that I should have slapped somebody said to me, and for me to come all the way through that, win that event, accomplish my goal, and then I don't know, be able to give Johnny Seymour a big old hug after and just feel that sense of I did it. Like I couldn't believe it. I did it. So I would say that was my biggest moment.
Do you remember what year that was?
2021.
It's like 4 years ago.
2021. A lot happened that year, but yeah, that was really cool for me. I don't really at the time, I wasn't super close to my family, so being able to express those feelings with some of my friends too, and they get to see the accomplishment and feel it along with me, was pretty cool. So who were your top 3 dream teams for ACO? If you could put 3 teams together for an ACO tournament, the biggest in the world.
Oh, I've got them. I mean, the biggest ACO team.
They don't currently exist together.
Well, I mean, the Hertz are like, I can't pick the Hertz.
No,
why not?
I want people that haven't played together.
Oh,
and they can be ACL pros, they can be TCL, they can be ACO. For you, who are the 3 teams you would love, or 6 players you'd love to see paired together for an ACO World Spit?
Okay. Well, my initial reaction is I already have those teams, but I have to mix up different players. I mean, I'd like to mix you up with somebody, like taking one of the Hurt Bros. Like you and Isaac would be a really cool team to watch. That'd be really cool. But yeah, I think Jamie Graham is probably like the best player right now. Yeah, I mean, he's just absolutely lights out. So how can I not pick him? And pair him with Logan Chamberlain. That'd be pretty fun.
I think it'd actually be really good partners.
Yeah, they just teamed up, or they not teamed up, they faced off against each other. I think that's happened more than once. That would be really funny to watch. Not funny, but an interesting team to see. And then Jeremiah Ellis, I've always been a fan of his. I like the way he plays, and I like his overall message. So I would want to pair. Oh, wait. I can't pair him up with you because I already picked you with Isaac. But you and Jeremiah might be a cool team. Oh, dude, Sebastian Barger and Jeremiah Ellis. How about that?
Yeah, that would be a really good team.
Because I already picked that. Those are 3 kings of cornhole over the last 3 years, right? Jeremiah, Isaac, Sebastian. And dude, Sebastian ended the season. I think you were the last guy to beat him in ACO. I think that after that, he just was unbeatable. He was locked in. It was really cool to see. And then to show up at that King of Cornhole tournament when everybody was saying like, oh, it's probably going to be Sebastian because of the way he's playing right now, and then do it, I think that's impressive. Like, you have all that additional pressure of kind of, a lot of people were picking Isaac, but a lot of people were also picking Sebastian. And you heard it, like, as you're walking around this event for the last, several days, everybody's kind of picking him. And to do it, I think that's a big deal, right? Didn't cave under pressure.
Yes. Which, when I played against Sebastian over in Louisiana, you kind of told me a little bit about his story some, and to see him respond to the pressure the way he did after that, to see him raise his level of play, when I played him twice that tournament. You can tell that dude's got some fire in him. He may not verbally express it, but most definitely you can see it when he plays. You can feel it. He's got some fire to him. And to see him be able to hone that, not let it get out of control, keep your focus, and be able to finish out the season the way he did was, pretty magical. And it is, especially for the ACO, I feel like base community, having someone like Sebastian, who's been grinding through the years in that league, get to the mountaintop is huge. I think it builds that community even more. It sells a dream. That makes sense. That's really cool. Yeah. You ready for this next one?
Next wing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hungry. I'm just going to let you sauce it, and I'm not going to look.
Crazy that you went from that to you're hungry.
I'm hungry. What is this hot sauce anyway?
This one is Calabria.
Okay.
Got some garlic in it, if you like that.
Sure. I think garlic has antioxidant effects.
And man, you're always breaking it down, ain't you?
Just try to think of anything in there that's going to help me out. All right.
Help me out. You need to light your fire. Here you go, boy.
All right. So am I asking first?
I'll ask this one.
Okay. Down the hatch. Oh, that's not bad. Any of these going to be spicy?
That last one out a little bit, but this one doesn't seem that bad. We have a long way to go.
All right. Episode's already 27 minutes.
Sick. What has been your biggest waste of time in cornhole?
Palm up.
Huh?
Palm up. People say palm up. Oh, you got to go palm up. That probably set me back. I don't know how long or how badly that set me back, but I really did try for a long time through all these practice sessions, trying to develop muscle memory and try to get palm up on release. It's nonsense. Like, if anybody out there is like working on your game and you're trying to force this palm up thing, ditch it and go look at Jamie Graham, look at Mark Richards, look at their finish. They are not palm up. They're maybe 45 degrees, but it's not flat.
Yeah.
And for me to get into that position, it's hard for me to get into that position, and it gets this chicken wing thing going, and I get offline, and palm up is nonsense. And that is out all the dumb business decisions I've made and all that time that I've wasted and money that I've wasted. I think the biggest waste of time was trying to finish palm up, and that was so dumb. Ditch it. If you've been working on palm up, ditch it. You do not need it. Yeah, thanks for asking. Yeah. And I've wasted a lot of time. I've wasted a lot of time in cornhole, but that I think by far has been the biggest, because it set me back. And like all these tournaments I've been in, I wish I can go back like 3 years and do what I'm doing now instead of working on this stupid palm up thing. I just thought I had to do it. So stupid. All right. Who is your toughest opponent, Ben? I want to say the sport of cornhole, but I also kind of want to leave it open-ended if you've had some opponent outside of cornhole. But the right question is probably, in the game of cornhole, is there one opponent that's kind of been your toughest one?
That's kind of hard for me to say. I have a big me versus me kind of mindset on things. I don't think anybody can beat me. It's me versus me.
Well, then that's you.
I got to if I can get the best out of myself, it's over, period, end of story. It doesn't matter what it is, cornhole, not cornhole. I'm a winner. I'm a win. And that's how, until I die, I'm going to win. And you can beat me tomorrow. And guess what? Next week, I'm coming back, baby. Like, good luck. I'm relentless. And I've had some big name, tougher opponents. I've had the same Sotos. Logan is always a tough opponent because of the history. I played Mark Richards one time. I beat him, but it's Mark Richards. Odds are, if I played him night in, night out, he'd probably be a pretty difficult opponent. Tony Smith has all this skill all over the place.
Quick question on Tony Smith, if I could just ask one. Did you watch the doubles finals? Did you think Tony Smith was gassed? I think he had a long day and he was just worn out.
I think that once they moved indoors and they were throwing sticky bags all day long, there's probably a break period. It is hard when you go from all that heat outside, sunburnt, whatever you're going through, has sticky bags, which made sense for what environment they were playing in, to go inside off a break where you're probably have to, like, your energy level went down. Now your adrenaline's going, so you're back up. So your sense of feel's a little bit different.
He was also playing in that quads right beforehand,
which changes rhythm.
Yeah.
So I think that he was dealing with a lot of factors. I mean, everyone was dealing with them.
Yeah, I'm not trying to take anything away from the champs. I was just, when I watched that, I was like, dude, he's missing way more than I've ever seen him miss.
Yeah, I think that the bags just got a little slow, a little different. The environment there's a lot to change. And plus, when you're playing against guys that are all throwing above a 10,
yeah,
I mean, yeah, you don't have time to figure it out. You're just hoping, hey, maybe I can go get, maybe I can throw 3 or 4 12s in a row and buy my partner some time, because you ain't getting some points over here, dog. It's over there. You got to do it. I guess final answer for my toughest opponent would probably be the one time I played Mad Guy. No, never mind. No, yeah, he was my toughest opponent. When that dude locks in, you don't know how long you're going to play. You have no idea. And I think that's the frustrating part with him, is that when you see Mad Guy, you got to play Mad Guy. At least when I played him, all I saw was this mountain in front of me. And to get to the other side of the mountain, I wanted to hike for an hour and a half. Like, that's how it feels when you play him, because he's so automatic.
Do you think his time is gone?
His time can be however long his time he wants it to be. I mean, that dude's a sniper. He's automatic. I just think that he is at the point where he's trying so hard to stay in that flow and that rhythm, he doesn't give himself any time to think. If he just applied a back block and then went after those air mills, he'd be a monster. But he's expecting these pro players to miss push shots that are right in front of the hole, or they'll just roll over and stack bags in front of the hole while you keep air milling. He has a strategy problem, not a skill problem.
So Mad Guy. All right.
What sponsored player has made the biggest impact on your business and why?
I'm going to say Isaac Hurt. And I hate to go outside of Texas, but the fact is that in Texas, a lot of the sponsored players that I sponsor in Texas are sponsored by other bag makers. Apex, all of them, BG. But outside, like Isaac really just plays ACO. And so since I'm an ACO bag maker, and you say biggest impact on my business, that's bag sales. And yeah, Isaac drives bag sales, and I see where the bags go.
Yeah.
And when he came on board and started throwing Big D, I started selling bags, to areas that I haven't really sold them to before. And there's a little bit of like bump in sales. And I hope that continues. But the biggest problem I have was sponsoring Texas-based players, which I, of course, would want to pick those guys because they've been with me much longer. In Texas, there's 3 big leagues, and it's just difficult to sell ACO bags in Texas. So the Texas-based players don't get me sales.
Yeah, I think the next wall you have in that, so like they don't get you sales. They're also, each player is sponsored by multiple bag companies. Mm-hmm. And they're also all in the same market. It's hard to say, whatever player you want to say is making a huge impact on sales in Texas, when it's like, well, is that because of you, or is that because of him, or is it because of 5 other guys? Is it because of me, because I'm here too?
Yeah.
Like where you go reach outside of that to a different market. And Isaac, Isaac has this whole new world and knows nothing about Big D to sell to, and all he's got to do is be him because he has the status that he has. So,
and we'll see, because this season I made a big change in like how I sponsor players and what players I'm sponsoring, and we're going to see. I'm doing some testing, right?
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens this season. But one of the questions that we had on Facebook was, do you think players are asking too much, and has the business changed? And it is true that like most players that are pretty good expect some kind of sponsorship,
right?
Some kind of support, whether it's half price bags or free bags or whatever. I get asked a lot for free bags, free merch, or half price or whatever. And I want to say that's got to stop. And why is it that bag companies are the primary sponsors of Cornhole? It's like, can we find somebody else to sponsor these guys, please?
And it's because these guys have no other connections to go get sponsorship from somewhere else, or they finally do get someone to sponsor them, but they don't do above and beyond. It's a big thing for me.
Right.
If you want a true long partnership, you have to, when they take a chance on you, which ultimately when you're showing them your PPR that you got on Scoreholio or the app or whatever you're using, and you're saying, hey, I'm a really good player. This is how often I play. This is how often I win. Okay, I'm going to give you this for that. How, during that next year you're sponsored by that person, how are you going to go above and beyond? That way next year, they re-up on you, or they add a little bit more, or they have a reason to say, I'm going to go with you again instead of going with somebody else.
Yeah.
But if all you did was exist, and that's it.
The big misconception that I hear a lot of other podcasts talking about, I think Ellis and AJ mentioned this, you got to do more than win tournaments. I mean, win tournaments is great, but can you post regularly on social media, tag the company, maybe make a video about why you like a certain bag? Like, how are you going to drive sales to the website?
Man, I sponsor a guy in Texas that, I get it, win tournaments, be good, whatever. That person, you can win all day long, but when the people that you're competing with night in, night out despise you at the lower, like those lower levels, like you play the switch holio with them and you make them feel bad about themselves instead of making them feel good about themselves. And guess what? Yeah. You got that SC on your chest. That means they're going to tie that into me too.
Yeah.
And then what? They don't want to support you at all.
Yeah.
So relationships is a big part of it. I don't think players understand too. Yes, be competitive. Don't be an asshole.
And most bag makers just don't make money. Like, most guys are doing it because they love the game. They like to support the game. I liked making bags. It's not really profitable, to be honest. Like, I've had a bunch of businesses, and the bag business is probably my worst one I've ever had. And it's because it's just not very profitable.
One of those things that are frustrating for me, player editions, where I was centering my whole center cornhole around early on, because I wanted to be able, I've kind of said the story before, but I want to essentially, long story short, build up give these players their own brand, to build with my help, however I can help them. That way they can market themselves with their brand and they can apply it to whatever they want to.
I'm trying to do that too, like build a platform to help these players get other sponsors.
Yes.
I'm trying.
Yes. And it's just, I think a sponsorship culture started happening where you have these random bag manufacturers that are just trying to do whatever. Hey, I want to go sponsor you. Well, what does being sponsored mean? Oh, you're on the team. That's not a sponsorship. That means you're on the team. How are you wording it? Are you a team member? Are you an ambassador, or are you a sponsored player? These things break up into different things. And saying, oh, hey, you're in the pipeline. I see you. You're in the pipeline. Okay? A year later, you're still in that pipeline. And you're like, yeah, but I've spent $500 this year on merch from you, and I'm still in the pipeline. Well, yeah, but, and then they'll come up with whatever reason they can not to bump you.
Because it's not profitable.
And it's also a competitive market. You're competing with these other players that want sponsorship. It sets you apart from those other players looking for the same thing you are.
Yeah, that's one. I'll give a little credit to TCL. They've limited the number of bag makers, where an ACO, there might be a major that has less teams in it than bag makers exist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the number of bag makers in ACO is incredible.
TCL is limited to 10.
Yeah.
So if you do not have one of the current 10 existing spots and you want to get into TCL, you got to buy one of those guys out.
All right. So are we up for another one?
Bring it on.
I'll let you do the dosing. What kind of hot sauce we got next?
Pucker butt.
I'm hoping to get something spicy, man.
Pucker butt. Extra mean green.
Extra. extra mean greens. Let's work on my next question for you.
Man, my stomach's turning, I ain't gonna lie.
Hopefully it's just the spice.
It is.
God. Oh, you guys could, I don't know if you can see this at home. This dude is dousing. That was like 2 tablespoons.
Scared, go to church. Don't gamble thing. I'm worried. You just gotta dive in, dog. You don't smell it first.
All right, here we go. What was the heat level on this one? Did it say?
Hot. Oh, I don't like this one. Oh, it's hot.
Yeah. It is hot. All right. This one's pretty easy.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
A lot of people are talking about this, the current state of cornhole. Growing, stagnant, on decline. Go. Whew. It's nothing.
I think that we can break this up into multiple things, right? What are you specifically looking at? Are you looking at the business side, money in, money out? Are you looking at player growth? Are there more players than there used to be? Are you looking at social media numbers? Are you getting more eyes on the sport? This breaks up into a few different things. Depends on the league. I think each league has their specific focuses. I think cornhole is growing. I think you're having more people come in than you have walking out the door, which people are worried about. Those people that have been playing 3 or 4 years leaving, we ain't worried about them. If they've reached the end of their cornhole journey and they're in their road and they're burnt out, hey, step away and hopefully you come back. That's all we can hope for. But we're getting, for every one person that leaves, we're getting 2 or 3 walking in, right? And I think the biggest reason why people feel like God, this is high.
Yeah. Are you sure it's in the right position? Glenn. Can't wait for that mule sauce to pull everything off. Well,
I think that cornhole's growing.
Yeah.
I think that league leadership needs to step up and teach people, directors of all levels for all leagues, how to be successful. Come up with a winning formula, how to be successful. And the way to be successful is not by running the top event all the time. It's not by running Switchholios all the time. It's not by running a random one-off tournament every weekend. It's by playing for something greater, building towards something greater, and planting seeds as often as you freaking can. Johnny Appleseed, dude. You have to go around and plant seeds and give people a chance. You're not going to see the result tomorrow, next week, but next year, when you went and did that charity tournament for free for somebody, and the following year they want you to come back, and then your members went from, hey, I had 20 people at this tournament. This year I got 40. This year I got 30. Any growth is good growth. And you got to be willing to sacrifice your time and effort to teach people, to get new people on board, to build a community, to make people feel like they're a part of more than just the one tournament they're showing up to play for that cash payout that day. And if you can't do that, you're not going to be successful. And I think that's where you saw a little bit of a dip in the cornhole community, is everyone is so concerned about monetization and money in my pocket for my efforts that I've done. I need that right now. And the investment into cornhole went down, which has led to a little bit less players. But companies like VG Cornhole, dude, he sends a lot of money out into the cornhole world. A lot. Products, cash, sponsorships, puts a ton of money back into the cornhole world. And this allows people to grow in it because it takes a little bit of burden off. This kind of contradicts what we were just saying about sponsorships, but you do got to get paid something for your time. But not everybody has the ability to do that. Like for me, for instance, I haven't made any money off Center Cornhole. I haven't put anything in my pocket in like 3 years, 2-3 years. Well, guess what? When I went on my ACO journey with you, my AC broke. That was $4,000. If I wasn't good at cornhole, I'd be looking for another job. Oh, this past week, the sewage line in my front yard breaks. I either go dig that hole.
Does that mean you need to go to Lake Charles? We got an ACO major down there.
I either dig that hole and save myself $2,000, or let them dig that hole. And it's a $3,000 total cost for them to fix the problem and dig the hole and cover all the stuff. What if I was an old lady? I wouldn't be able to go dig that hole and save all that money. I need that money. I need to be able to put all these efforts I'm putting out in the world. Something's got to come back so I can handle these problems that I'm faced with. That's a long answer. That thing is hot, dude.
I need to get another wing in me or a nugget so I can help put this fire out. Because I think the next one is this mule sauce, right? Yeah. That stuff is like...
This kind of goes along the lines of what we were just talking about. What is your biggest ick? What is your biggest ick from players wanting sponsorship?
It's the guys that reach out that have like, they're not that good. If I can beat you, I shouldn't sponsor you. That's what I think. And there's a lot of guys that reach out that I will look them up on Scoreholio and I'll see their stats. Because I make a spreadsheet. Every email request I get, I track it, Sorry if I haven't gotten back to you yet. But man, a lot of the requests I get, it's like, why are you asking for a sponsorship? Like, you're just not that good. And I know that's sounds rude, but if I also can't really find you on social media and I don't see you like regularly creating high quality content, I just don't see the value proposition in it for me. And it seems like you're just asking me for free stuff because maybe I'll say yes.
Right.
And then I feel like, well, you're treating me like a sucker and that gives me an ick.
Yeah.
Or I don't like that feeling, whatever it is.
Right. It's icky. Just taking advantage of like, wow, easy for you to ask for something, not easy for you to do something.
Yeah. Or like I put a resume thing on my website. Like you can fill it out. Tell me about yourself. Tell me like why you're going to help my business, because at the end of the day, it's a partnership of some kind and you're going to be helping my business and I'm going to be helping you.
Right.
And, people just seem to think that if they ask for a sponsorship, they're going to get it. Like explain to me why you should have
deserve it.
Yeah. Why do you deserve it? Or it's maybe I don't deserve you, explain to me why I don't.
I can't afford you because dude, you're up here.
Right. I mean, tell me, but yeah, just so the basic uninformative request for sponsorship that from players that aren't very good or from people that just don't have a big social media following, I don't get it. Why did you send me that?
Yeah.
All right. What's next? I think some mule sauce is next. That's
easy.
I want to cry. It's going to be easy. Look,
you want to douse these?
Yeah.
Okay.
This has even been refrigerated.
And this is a good one. So it's out at Frank Stock.
Yeah. Thanks, Frank. Oof. I actually have this stuff at home. It's pretty good. But it's kind of sweet. Yeah, I think that last one was out of order. Or maybe it just got hotter sitting in your closet. Okay. Oh, man. Oh, we already asked that one. Okay, this one. Oh, you go first? Okay.
Yes.
Let's hear it.
All right. What has been the most difficult task for you to overcome during the course of your life?
Oh, I was a loser. I mean, at 18 or 19 years old, I was a loser. I had I had ambition, but I was a cashier at HEB. Didn't even have a car. Fast forward a couple of years, I found myself in jail. And, kind of realized that everybody around me didn't give a shit about me. And then I was wasting my life away. And just kind of overcoming that, I don't know what it was. I was a punk. I kind of was like anti-establishment. I kind of hated the rules and wanted to break them all. And there's no future in that. You'll end up in jail. So just kind of like, I guess, overcoming that, sense of trying to tell everybody to throwing up two middle fingers is telling everybody to get lost, like overcoming that and realizing that maybe I've got something to offer and I should work on myself and work on figuring out what it is that I can do that, has some value. Also just, do it for myself. Kind of forgot what your question was, but I think I answered it.
You did. What has been the most difficult task for you to overcome during the course of your life?
Yeah, just doing something with my life.
You gave me a good piece of advice one time. It wasn't really even advice. It was just sometimes you drop these one-liners that stick with me. But I was explaining to you some of the stuff I was going through and how I'm, coming out of it and feeling good. And you said it was essentially like finding myself. Like I feel like I'm finding myself, right? And you said you're going to find yourself over and over and over again during the course of your life.
I said that.
Yes.
That's true.
It's not, it's, you don't just know yourself. You're going to continue to learn about yourself as time goes on. And then where you think you have something figured out, all right, let's turn the degrees up 10. And guess what? Now we got to apply what you thought you knew about yourself. We got to apply it to a higher level now. So yeah, I get what you're overcoming yourself.
Yeah. And it's like,
It's an ongoing task.
take positive steps to try to improve yourself. You know,
Whatever
don't
you do.
Don't be self-destructive. I still have to deal with that. You know, try not to.
Listen, dude, I'll watch my soul down. I thought you're talking to the guy that burned the world down.
Yeah, don't sabotage yourself. Work towards positive things.
All right.
Oh, I got one for you. Okay. I want to know who Grant Upchurch is without Cornhole. So if Cornhole never existed, talk to me about Grant Upchurch. Where is he? What is he doing?
You know, I haven't imagined a world outside of Cornhole in a long time. So in high school, you know, I was just, you know, I didn't play my senior year. I had family stuff going on. I had personal things I couldn't get past. You know, I was a point guard in basketball. I was a quarterback in football. I was a pretty good athlete. Had a really good friend group that, I mean, we grew apart kind of that junior, senior year. Long story short, family got divorced, and I was just kind of, I'm an overthinker in general. So I got out of high school, moved into a house with some buddies, just started working, doing whatever I can to work. Because I knew that, again, whatever I do, I'm going to be successful at it, period. And just kind of I just looking for what I wanted to do, and then I found Cornhole. Man, I don't know. I wasn't going to go back to school. I hated it. Hated it. The consistency of it. Probably be dead.
Wow, I don't have to get dead.
I don't know.
Maybe dead inside.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's just Cornhole for me. That's just Cornhole.
That's an answer. All right. What's next? Load me up. I don't want to see this one. This one's scaring me.
Scared you.
We got Los Caliente. Heat level. Oh, and I think it says 8 out of 10 if I read that correctly.
You put these in order. Did you put them in the...
I tried to.
So this is 8 out of 10. What are those?
Well, 8.5, 9, 9.5, and 10.
Notice how it should be. I notice how my hands get a little lighter.
8 out of 10 is going to be hot. You know what else, dude? I drank all this tea already.
Well,
okay, here we go. 8 out of 10.
Is he going to ask me this time?
God. Oh, that's not bad.
No way you're still hungry.
I said 8 out of 10? Oh, it's coming. Oh, maybe it's just 5 out of 10. My bad. That's a 5, not an 8. All right. Let's do a softball. This is from CJ, our boy, Nieves. Hardest shots to master in Cornhole. What do you think? The hardest? Let's go 2 to 3. What's the hardest shot to master in Cornhole?
There's levels to everything. So the word master is a tough one. I mean, the block and the back block is a difficult shot because you never practice it. Everybody's so concerned about going in the hole all the time. They're not practicing defense. The roll is a very technical shot. It's also really hard to continue having a rhythm because of the wrist change. And the left to right.
You think left to right's hard?
Then why don't more people shoot it?
I think they don't know how easy it is. I keep trying to tell everybody. It's like the easiest.
It's so simple. It's just you got to take yourself back to the beginning. That's what you got to do to learn that shot. So those are my Yeah. I want to retool your question.
Yeah.
To me, those are the 3 shots that you should master because no one else is.
So that was blocker, back blocker.
Blocker, back blocker.
Roll back?
Okay, roll is just difficult. It's just difficult. I mean, especially with the way they make bags now, all you got to do is throw a cut bag at it and it's going to roll over, you know? If you have a good airmail, it doesn't even matter.
And some guys have like a natural backloaded bag and it's easy for them. I think the guys that don't have that have to learn it, the hardest.
Yeah. It's a hard shot.
Yeah.
And then the left to right.
I'm surprised to hear you say that because I think that, like I keep saying, I think it's an easy one.
It's a no-brainer shot that you have to learn. What's so great about the left to right is that no one's practicing it and everyone's only thinking about how you're flipping your wrist, you know, doing a roll bag or doing a cut shot or playing that, you know, right-handed. Most players are right-handed and play on that right side. So they'll kind of, you know, bags kind of sit over there or whatever. You're going with the left to right, you're going completely against the flow they're used to, where you're going to find holes and opportunities that you had no idea existed. Plus, when you get good at a left to right shot, pushing becomes so much easier.
Yeah, pushing's easier with a little bit of a left to right cut.
And you got to understand with left to right shots, it's not some dramatic hit the board and cut. You don't have the spin of the bag to help you get that. So if I'm, you know, right-handed, so naturally when you throw, right, the spin of the bag is going that way, so it's going to hit and it's going to go. When you're throwing a left to right, it's the exact opposite.
It's like backs.
So you're it's going to hit and it's just going to lay over that, you know, that much. So that's a shot everybody's got to figure out. If you're not working on a left to right,
I couldn't agree with you more on that one, man. Well, thanks for the question, CJ. Hope to see you around.
How do you stay consistent during life's peaks and valleys?
I don't. That kind of answer your question. I mean, you didn't really answer what you would be without Cornhole. And I don't think I do stay consistent in life's peaks and valleys. But I guess to the extent that I do, you just have to be a little bit self-aware, kind of realize like what's happening to yourself. Like try to pay attention to your own thoughts. And as they bubble up, a lot of them, you just have to let go. You know what I mean? You can't drown in sorrow and sadness when things get tough.
Right.
I don't like in Cornhole. When you have a bad shot, you got to recognize it was bad. And then you got to get back to it. You know what? It's one of the things you told me. I remember asking you, like, what do you do if you like miss an airmail long? Like, what adjustment do you make? Do you remember what you said? You said, just try harder the next time. You know what I mean? Just don't change anything. Just the next time, try harder. And that is one of the things that stuck with me. And that's good advice. So, you know, don't try to always make adjustments. Just stick to what you think is the truth. Stick to it. You're going to have bad days. You're going to have bad thoughts. And you got to recognize them and let them go.
Right. I like that. There's a really good show that's on Apple TV right now with Owen Wilson. It's a golf show. And essentially, he was a super successful golfer who went through a dramatic event, fell off the peak, found this kid that had super talent in golf, yeah, and takes him on this whole journey, right? And he gives him a piece of advice to this kid and says, whatever law it is, just focus on your swing in the moment. That's all you can do. You can't change your last swing.
Yep.
You can't force this ball. You don't know what it's going to do. All you can do is focus on what you're doing right then and there. And if you're doing the best you can in the moment, eventually, after all those moments build up, you're going to have something at the end of it that you can look back on and be like, man, I really did it. But if you get too caught up in worrying about this stage and you're too caught up in worrying about how you weren't succeeding, you're going to completely lose sight of this thing.
Yeah. That's living in the past, living in the future. Just try to stay in the present.
Right.
It's good stuff.
Did I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was the question.
That was it. Yeah.
You asked me?
I did. It was the hardest shot. So we're up for more.
All right. Dang. Talk longer.
No, we're already at like an hour.
Whew.
Yeah. It's been an hour episode so far. Maybe we'll cut out the beginning.
I don't know. Maybe not. Oh, shit. This is the one I was worried about, dude.
What does it say on it for hot?
Queen Majesty Cocoa Ghost Hot Sauce.
Ghost.
That's speed level. Very high.
That's never good when it says ghost.
It'll be white as a ghost.
Ghost 11. Oh, it's like just black. Have you played Ghost 11? No, I just play Ghost 10. Ghost 11's too hard. I think I might be able to beat it. I mean, there was one time where I beat Ghost 10 where I still would have been in the game with Ghost 11, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know how many times it's happened. I know it's happened at least once. But dude, it's just like, I get so bored playing Ghost 10 as it is. I don't know. I haven't gone there yet. I know you told me I need to. Haven't done it. I just load up 10 and try to beat it every time.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Very hot. All right. Careful. Careful.
You can't say that, dude. I'm already struggling over here.
It's not bad. Actually, not bad at all. Yeah. Well, you kind of asked me the same question. It was it was a comment on Facebook, and it was what, let's say 3 doubles teams do you want to see this season in TCL?
Chase Lesser, Dylan Snero.
Are they already signed up to play?
I think so. Oscar Morena and Greg Parra.
That would be a good one. Have they ever played together? Oh, Greg always plays with Nico. Like brother, like side.
One last good one, huh? I want to say Terry Sweeney, Anthony Delgado. I don't know if they played together yet, but both of those guys, Anthony Delgado specifically, no disrespect to Terry. Terry's awesome on the way up, doing his thing. Anthony Delgado's a freaking machine.
Yeah.
And it feels like every time he gets in the doubles tournament, he's throwing over a 10. His partner's throwing an 8-5 or something. You know, and it's like, dude, this guy is a monster.
Yeah.
So Anthony Delgado with anybody that's going to give him a good shot, because that dude's a machine.
Has he won one yet?
Well, it's ridiculous he hasn't. He's too good.
Yeah.
He's too good.
Cool.
What bag brand is overhyped?
BG. Come on, that's like the easiest question.
BG's overhyped?
Totally. I mean, first of all, bags are just bags. Okay. You can say like some are special and some are better than others. I get it. But at this point, almost everybody is using the same machines, the same fabrics, the same fill. And I mean, when you say overhyped, right? But it just seems obvious to me that a lot of money is put into advertising, promotion. Whenever I look at Cornhole on, ESPN, you see BG all over the place. So maybe it's more credit to Rich and what he's done over there as far as like being successful in advertising and getting his brand out there. So yeah, but I guess it would define overhyped. Like the way I would like.
Say it again.
Like they don't deserve the hype. Is that what it means?
Essentially, where I want to say, hey, you got a chart here, right?
Yeah.
Effort level meets the effort level of the bag company in comparison to how much they're talked about as a league or as the cornhole scene. Like, is the effort they're putting in matching how much people try to promote them? Who's getting too much hype for the little amount of work they do?
Oh. But in that case, my brain would say, then that means the bag must be really good, and then they deserve it.
But you just said that they're all the same.
Well, I know. To an extent, they're all the same. Most of them are all the same.
Because to me, it's like you can't say Nike is overhyped, because look at all the things Nike had to do to even be in the position they're in.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to go buy the $30 China version. I'm going to go buy the Nikes.
I don't know. I'll stick with BG. I like some. They don't like us. I don't know. I don't get that. And
I guess the way I view BG, getting to where they're at for sure. I mean, I understand how the whole they bought in and didn't have to go through some of the early growing pains and stuff. But man, I see a lot of bad companies that don't put like Cat Scenario.
what? Are they still around?
I don't know, but when they were popular, other than charging an absolute monster amount for bags
And then not shipping them.
what were they doing to deserve that hype?
I don't know. That's okay. That would be a good cat bags being overhyped. That's a good point.
That's where my brain's.
Let's talk about underhyped. You know who needs more credit is Jeff Reynolds.
Mr. Consistency.
Dude, that dude should get.
But that's another example. And hey, dude, he puts a lot of effort in, has all the machines, has all the employees, should put money in his pocket. But it kind of reminds me of WTF in a way. They are never going to take that. Let's go get somebody to represent our bags at the highest level.
Yeah. But does that really pay? I mean, look, BG he has another job. Sure, right? So he has more disposable income to throw at the business. And yeah, that's why I guess that'll back up my point for the overhype, right? It has there's supplemental income, it's subsidized by his real job, whatever it is. I forget. I heard medical devices or something. But yeah. So I'll stick with my answer, as much hate as that's gonna get.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with your answer. It's your answer.
Have I already asked you one for this round?
Well, what was the last question?
The last question I asked you, I think, was the hardest shot to master.
Yeah, that was the last one.
All right. How would you define your playing style, the cornhole playing style?
Pray a lot.
Say it again.
I pray a lot.
That's your cornhole style?
You know, I'm playing to the hole a lot. You know, I want to bat, like when I'm at my best, I'm throwing the bag speed that it stops at a certain level intentionally. It's not even that I'm trying to block. It's just a bag speed I like, where if I am, you know, you play those golf games where you swing it and you want to hit the top of the power bar.
Yeah.
It's that every single time. That's how I am. I want to be at the top of that power bar every single time, straight, where if it does stop, it's right in front of the hole. I'm not having to worry about bags going to the other side of the hole. Don't have to worry about bags going, you know, it's all right in the middle, and it's always going to be right in the middle, where if it's in front of me, it's in front of you too. And that's just kind of, and then I pray, dude. I sit there and I hope. I sit there and I am like, man, please let this bag stop right there. Or, you know, whatever situation comes up, I'm just like, that's meant to be there for a reason. That's going to screw that person up, and I'm going to go get that bag right after. Like, that's what I'm thinking about the whole time. And then just commit through the entire tournament, even if it's not even necessary in that moment. Just shoot the airman. Shoot it. Because once you start hitting them and you get that confidence and you get rolling, good luck. Good luck. Because you can't block an airmail. You can't roll over an airmail. You can't do nothing against an airmail. As long as you are shooting that shot and you're hitting it and staying consistent with it throughout the day, you're not going to get beat. And if you do get beat, it's because someone's just having a special kind of day. Oops. All right, next one.
What sauce are we going with this time?
I don't know. I'm slowing down though.
Is it this one? The bomb? With a nuclear symbol?
Yeah.
Oh man, this is your idea.
I know. I gotta pee.
So, just add to the excitement. I'm running out of questions.
We're getting to the end.
We got 3 more?
Yeah, this one. Shit.
I mean, whenever they put a nuclear symbol on it, you know you're in trouble. Oh, really? Okay.
Well, like yours is worse than, like yours has been worse than
mine. I do. All right, let's do this.
The bomb evolution.
Oh, it even smells
caution.
Oh, man. Oh, I'm going to regret this. And I'm like, I would drink. This is mad. Yeah. All right. Oh. It's like battery acid. I can feel it in like the nerves of my teeth. You know what I mean?
I hope I don't.
That's not bad. Honestly, that green one's been the worst so far. This one's got a...
What do you mean? Pucker butt?
All right. On this show, we correctly called out Levi Haddock for being the breakout player of the year, and he went to prove us right. Killed it in the ACO world. Went to ACL. I think he got won one of the opens. Kid's the beast. Sammy Soto, another one, right? Both of us knew he was going to be really good. The year before me, this stuff is getting hotter. Who is the next? Younger, or actually, you know what? Forget about age. Who's the next person out of Texas that you think is going to have those kinds of performances? Hasn't won yet, but is going to start showing up and taking down big tournaments. Not to put you on a spot or anything.
Two names come to mind. All right. One of them, I'm not going to say. I'll say after, but I'm not going to say because he's been playing longer, but still a young guy. Athen Black.
Oh, yeah?
Is the name I want to stick with. I think that kid has there's something about him that I'm attracted to. It was just kind of the same kind of thing I felt with Sammy and Levi. He loves the game, wants to get better, wants to pick out the people he wants to beat and wants to challenge them whenever, even if it's just down and backs and warming up. He's going to go compete against them, like legit compete. Younger dude. Let's get hot, dude.
Yeah, it's creep.
Athen Black.
Athen Black.
I think he's got something in him. If he just needs to surround himself by people that can bring it out of him.
Yeah, I got to meet him at the last SIG I played in. Cool kid. How old he is? Is he high school?
He's 15, 16.
Yeah, he's won one, right? Didn't he win one with
Madden? And that was the other name I was going to mention.
Oh, with Madden.
They've had success together as a team. Madden's just been playing longer. That's the only reason I wouldn't pick him.
Did I see Madden make I know he made
Junior Pro, so much Junior Pro.
Okay. Athen Black. You heard it here first.
Why Big D? And would you have done it any differently?
So I don't remember why Big D. And I've been asked this question before, and I am kind of embarrassed to admit that, I wanted to make a bag company. I had a bunch of different bag names in mind. I had Bonsai Bags was one, Wingman Bags. But yeah, I'm headquartered in Dallas, Texas. I see that skyline every day. I live pretty close to downtown. And so I started playing with that, and Big D showed up. And the truth is, I didn't get the double meeting. I didn't think about the double meeting for initially. And then I was like, oh, then I just went ahead and went for it because Cornhole has a double meeting too.
Right.
Would I have done it differently? Yeah, I wouldn't have started a bag business. If I would have known what I know now, I probably wouldn't have done the bag business thing, at least to the extent that I took it. I buying all the machinery and really kind of going all in and spending a lot of money making a bag business. I would not have done that. I would have focused more on being a player. Maybe, keep the shop small, right? I do like making bags, but you don't need much more than a few $1,000s worth of stuff, if that. And I went way overboard.
You got the best stuff dropped away.
I should not have done that. But at the time, that's kind of how I roll. I like buying stuff, and I had money to burn, and I did.
You also told me early on that you really wanted to work with your hands.
Yeah, I was so sick of sitting in front of a computer doing contracts. So making something was what I wanted to do. And I'm doing that now still with, I've gotten more into photography and printing pictures, and I'm not framing them myself, but I found a cool frame shop that works with me and makes them how I want them. And I've been getting into that. So, but what I didn't do was go buy all the things I need to like frame pictures. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm trying not to do that anymore. So yeah, I would have definitely done it differently for sure. Know what I know now. That's spicy,
Dude.
oh man. So we got what, 2 more to go?
Yeah.
I got 2 more questions.
Is there any way to pause it?
No, we got to finish.
I got to pee.
How bad?
Fatten up, I guess. Dude, we're in that between that sweet tea and now this water, and
We're at an hour and 15 minutes. And I want to get to the end. I need this end point to happen.
dude,
You know what might be fun is hot sauce and trying to play cornhole. Oh, this one's even hotter. I just realized that. We're getting hotter. Bro, that is black. What's the name of this one? Does it have a nuclear symbol? This is 13 Angry Scorpions, Jekyll and Hyde, freakishly hot.
a Jekyll and Hyde. They had a Jekyll and slide bag.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
One side was like rubber. The other side was the fastest material known to man.
Yeah.
I would love, it was an ACL approved bag. Show up to my region before whatever, challenge people to cash games. Hey, I'll spot you 20 points. But you have to use an ACL approved bag that I choose.
And it was always that one?
And it was always that one. And dude, they were like, dude, all we gotta do is score 1 point. No, dude, good luck with that bag. That bag hits the board and bounces back towards you. Like, it nuts.
I kind of want to take that challenge. All right, here we go. What is it again? 13 Angry Scorpions. All right.
All right, he says.
That's going to be one that sneaks up. All right, I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to go with Grant Upchurch is recently married. And I don't want to get too personal here, but a lot of times when people get married, they have kids. Let's assume that you guys are going to have kids. What sport do you really want your kid to play?
And basketball was early love.
Yeah.
But as I've gotten older, I feel like football was what the right sport was for me.
Really?
I love being a quarterback. So I think football.
You're not concerned about like health issues?
What about teamwork? What about character building? What about the grind? What about two-a-days? What about success as a team? What about if you're a certain person for that team, the success being on your shoulders? Like, I just think that sports in general, especially football, as a young person, you're learning how to work with other people and have that sense of community in the locker room, or, you know, the brotherhood stuff. I just don't think that's stuff you can replace with anything. So yeah, I mean, everything has its concerns, health issues and whatnot, but at some point you got to put things in God's hands. And, you know, football is what I think I would want my kid to really love.
Football.
Oh, where do you hope to be in 5 years?
Alive. Like, where do I hope to be? I mean, in Dallas. To answer your question literally,
You know, I don't ask simple questions for simple answers.
I mean, I'm pretty comfortable where I'm at. You know, I'm not too concerned about the future and like what I'm doing in the future. You know, I'll be in Dallas. I still have kids at home. They'll still be at home in 5 years. So I'll still be a dad. My youngest son will still be in the house, you know. And I just hope I'm a good husband, a good dad to those people that are still living with me. shoot, 5 years from now, my oldest will have graduated college, hopefully I'm there for him. I hope he moves back, because he's in Pennsylvania, which sucks. But yeah, man, I just kind of see myself kind of as I am right now, but 5 years down the road, I don't have a target set on anything.
You just are not do you foresee a next evolution of Jonathan?
Yeah, old. I mean, I'm 47, 48, and I got to take better care of my body because it's starting to break down. Like in cornhole tournaments and stuff, like the last summer, the King Cornhole tournament, I was done. I was cooked. Like I didn't take care of myself. I overworked leading up to the tournament. So I would like to be, I guess, more physically fit, but I need to start doing things where my body doesn't hurt so much. But you'll see, as you get older, things start going downhill, and just like preventative maintenance is the kind of stuff I need to get more into. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to, or not looking like to do another evolution, because I've changed so many times in my life. I figure I've done it enough. I'm happy where I'm at. I hope I still get to fly my plane around. I hope I still get to take pictures. I hope I'm still playing cornhole. By then, I will have made ACO Pro. I'll have made pro status eventually. I think it's going to happen this season, but we'll see. Yeah, that's it. Is it time for our last one?
Man, I got to tell you, dude.
Load me up.
Oh,
I mean, I'm waiting for something spicy. The green one was spicy.
No,
it was. That one burned. Was it the butt pucker?
Pucker butt.
Yeah. This is the hottest one so far for me. I put that one in the wrong order. Heat index 4 is why I have it down here.
400.
All right, did you load me up?
A little bit.
All right, so this is Apollo, the last dab. Apollo, it says made with the Apollo pepper, which I think I've heard of this pepper. All right. I mean, I grew up in the desert Southwest, right? I was born and raised in El Paso, and I lived there most of my life. So like,
Dirt by scorpions used to 100.
Yeah. So I buy serrano peppers when I make my pico. All right, here we go.
God, my body spied me, dude. Like those boards over there.
The Apollo pepper. Okay. It starts off. Yeah, just don't breathe. It's like I got maced in my mouth.
Oh, dude, I'm trying not to. If you were in charge of all things cornhole, where would you steer the ship?
Oh, rising tide, man. All these dumb leagues need to work together. They need to host big tournaments, big events, and try to figure out how everybody can make money. The bag stuff is nonsense. The fact that these players in Texas have to throw different bags every time they want to compete. They want to play ACL, TCL. They got to have two sets of every league's bags. They got to be broken, because you know what it's like. Like at that high level, when you know exactly what your bag is going to do. You know how it feels in your hands. You know how you need exactly how it feels to hit the shot you want. And you got these guys like, I think Drew Dixon's a good example. He goes to these ACO tournaments. He's always throwing different bags because he hasn't found a set he likes, because he's never thrown them. He's always do with TCL stuff. And that's true with a lot of players. You can't bounce around these leagues and be good in all of them. And that sucks. And so yeah, if I was in charge, I would start hosting big tournaments. But I get it. Making money is a big deal. But I try to get leagues working together, more big tournaments, try to find a way for everybody to profit, because everybody's good at certain things. ACL's killed it with their pro format and the television streaming and all of it. It's great. Everybody wants to be on TV, and they've done a great job at that. I think that the TCL's done a great job at the player rating system. Like, I think it's the best, and people love it, and they get to level up, as it goes along. And ACO's done all the things that, I love. So Is there any way you can just kind of combine the best of all these worlds? Is it possible? I don't think so.
You know, the phrase you just said is actually
That stuff's hot.
since you've said it, I think about that phrase once a week. Rising tide,
Rising tide.
boats.
Comes out of oil and gas. The oil and gas guys, you know, because that's a cutthroat business. But you know, when the price of oil goes up, they all get rich.
Right.
So,
And I think the same thing. It's just, you know, you have people that are so worried about how they can put money in their pocket right then, right now. How can I skim? How can I get that? Somebody, something has to rise above all that in order for everybody to succeed. Yeah. So.
oh man, I know I'm supposed to ask you one more question. I've kind of asked you this question, but this is, you know, not cornhole related. What's Grant Upchurch's greatest achievement to date?
I mean, getting married.
That's a good one.
It's hard for me to say. I mean, I feel like that's the highest peak I've ever been on.
Getting married to a winner too.
I mean, I don't think that, you know, you talk about Christ, God, and what I believe in. I don't think that there's no way I meet anyone that comes close to her. And I legitimately feel like she's everything that I need. If she wasn't the way she was, I wouldn't be able to be who I want to be. She's that missing piece. You know, we just love each other. I love her a lot. I mean, I know I don't show my love how other people show their love, but I mean, I would do it all. Whatever she needs. You want an arm, you want a leg, you want my throat. Go for it. You can have it. Kind of puts, she's the air in my lungs. If she wasn't around, I kind of said earlier, I don't know, dude. I don't know. That's my answer.
All right. Well, my battery's almost going to die on this laptop, so we gotta.
I'm about to die in the bathroom.
We gotta end it.
All right.
Yeah, that one at the end was pretty hot.
Yeah.
The last dab.
Well, kind of sign us off here. This was awesome. I appreciate getting to sit across from you again.
I'm glad we're back
and have a discussion, and like it's really good. If this is a concept y'all liked, you know, let us know. Comments or, you know, the in-person, wherever you can, just let us know if you enjoyed what we're doing. We can do this again with new hot sauces. Or maybe we bring a guest on, maybe we bring a third person or something to make it.
I'm thinking every down and back, it's a new hot sauce.
That'd be cool too. There's some concepts we could do with this. I think it'd be really cool. I think our questions were good. I think that we're getting something going here. Cooking again.
Right. We're back, baby. Maybe I'll do some Zoom calls. Yeah, all right. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in.
Appreciate it. And this is the Texas Cornhole Show. And remember, it's just a game.